Hello and welcome to episode 31 of our Timberborn Update 6 Wonders of Water playthrough here with the Iron Teeth faction cycle 51 day 7. Last time we got started with this ridiculously stupid, hilariously tall Earth repopulator build and did a little bit of terraforming. We've got some work to do in that regard and we definitely will get something accomplished today. But first, we've got a little bit of an update for you guys. Remember our big, ugly, blissful beaver apartments right here? Named by viewer Selecting Night. Well, they're back. And now we have a name for this. And that would be B.E.R.T.H.A, which stands for Boastful Engineering Repopulating the Hellish Abyss. So, Bubba, meet B.E.R.T.H.A. Welcome to the nonsense. I thought that was hilarious. So, thought that would be a fun way to start the episode off. But all of that aside, there's still plenty for us to do, even though we are really quickly approaching the end of this playthrough in the next couple of episodes, most likely. There are some things we still need to clean up, some terrain we need to modify, and some food supply issues that we need to work on, which is part of the reason why I'm blasting so much of this down, so we can have more farming go over here and more room for fun stuff. We've also made an addition, if you take a look at the well-being tab. The frog statue is here. I originally got this for another playthrough, and I figured, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and put this in this one? Everybody loves the frog statue. So that, of course, requires the treated planks, some metal blocks, and some logs. And we can pop this guy in a whole bunch of different spots. But I thought it would be fun to have a couple of them just right here, flipped around, because that actually does work now. The original version of the asset we used in, I think, update 4, maybe? Didn't like to be flipped, but this one will tolerate it, so we'll have these two right here. I love this thing so much, man. But we'll have the Blessed Frogs overlooking B.E.R.T.H.A. What a hilarious name for this stuff, man. I'm having too much fun with it. But, again, today we're going to continue fixing a whole bunch of stuff. The process for creating the dynamite is, I believe, the biggest reason why this has taken so long. We have so much different stuff that we have to deal with. We got Kirk here in the explosives factory. Kirk doesn't have enough bad water to make explosives. So if we prioritize by haulers and then come over here to the other explosives factory with Sora Nakamura over here, well, Sora's got bad water. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm assuming that's because it was already prioritized. But we've got room here to go ahead and put in another couple of hauling posts. I mean, we have 274 beavers, and we're going to have more. But I think putting in additional hauling posts, since we have so many of them, can only help make things run a little bit smoother, so on and so forth. So that is what we're going to do there. And as we keep on getting this area ready to go, we'll be able to start slowly moving some more crop production over here. Remember that underneath all this mess, we have basically fully utilized all of the ground. We just have to figure out if it's going to be sustainable for us to have this laid out exactly as it is. We might have to make some adjustments, because at this point, all of these crops have had time to grow in at least one full cycle. And while we do have a lot of eggplant, actually a surprising quantity of eggplant, we're not able to really produce it quickly enough to keep up with demand. But that's not the only thing behind this. So this is why I'm hesitant to try and expand this too much, is because, look, we don't have any soy. I always want to call it soybean oil. What is the deal? Canola oil. Despite having all this stuff grown up, we can't seem to make enough of it. So that's going to be something we've got to take care of. And I guess we're just going to have to plant a whole bunch more. But we've got 4 of these. We've got oil presses, but they don't have canola seeds to press. And it's 1 for 1, just in case you were curious, because we've talked a little bit about production ratios for some of these other food items. So pretty much any drop of the canola oil that we've got was grown, what, 9 days? 9 days at a time? Yeah, 9 days to make 3 of these. So technically, 1 canola seed is 3 days worth of production for 1 tile. So when you reframe it that way, it's actually kind of ridiculous that we've only got this much planted. We really need a whole lot more. And that is one of those things that we've just got to be able to handle here. So, this forester is going to go away because, well, there's nothing else for it to plant. And I'm going to fill this space with canola, which probably still is not going to be enough. But, I mean, we've got the space to do it. We might as well. And as this gets put in place and we have all the detonations occur, all that good stuff, then I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot. But we have to get there. The cassavas are also looking a little bit low. But I'm not really sure how much of that is because remember, they don't have the canola oil for that. I'm not sure how much of that is because we actually don't have enough, and how much of that is because we're just eating more of it proportionally because we're not making everything else. Okay, take a look at the nutrition. It's actually reasonably balanced, even though we don't have a bunch of this stuff. So that would make me think that maybe we should be planting some more anyway, but I don't think it's as dire as these numbers of the raw ingredients would suggest, because remember, we do still have 150 plus, even though it's not 1,400 like the fermented mushrooms or 1,300 like the fermented soybeans or anything else like that. We are still making enough to feed almost all the beavers. It's very close. So let's keep our eye on that. Other stuff to think about today as they're working on making more explosives. Had a request a couple episodes ago to start redoing this area with all of our advanced breeding pods. So, what we're going to end up doing, I probably should just do this all at once, just to deal with the consequences, because we have so many extra beavers, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to demolish all these, get all of our resources back, blast this down. I'm pretty sure if I do one block, what I can do is I can put all of the pods here, 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 and then have ladders, and then in the middle I can put a platform, and then a 3x3 metal platform, which I can't show you because the ground is populated with dynamite. And then I think, depending on how we end up doing it, I think it might end up working out okay. We're gonna see. Now, because it's a 3x3 platform, some of you may have already had this thought in your heads. Well, you can't have a ladder go through a platform, and you are correct. Which means the ladder has to go, well, can't go here, because I can't get rid of this because we have the whole building built on top of it. So the ladders would actually have to go here and not there. Here on that tile, and here on this tile. Which could end up causing a little bit of disruption for our bad water production. But I think is going to be okay. So let's go ahead and do that triple speed. Get everything started here. And continue moving on toward our goal of getting as much well-being as possible. So the only thing we're really missing is the social life stuff. Almost everything else, with the exception of the Earth Repopulator, and some of the fun, has been taken care of. We're going to have to find a place for the exercise plazas. I don't think that's going to be very hard. And once we have most of the rest of this figured out, I think we're going to be good on the wind tunnels and the mud baths. Mechanically speaking, we have pretty much everything except the exercise plazas, which we've already noted. We should be all right as long as the beavers don't have to work 18-hour days. Which, let's be honest, they probably can get by with 16. So let's start by lowering it to 16. See if this jumps up past 50 at all. Because we've got our work cut out for us, folks. And get those triple dynamites going. Remember that the dynamite takes a long time to get made, especially... Well, actually, no, we're not using it at all, because we're only in regular scrap metal mode. Okay, well, I figured I could have gotten myself a boost there, but I guess not. Guess that's not a thing. Too bad. Earth Repopulator construction continues at a snail's pace, as one does, but that's fine. I really, really need to get this going. Probably more than I need to get this, but now that I have this dynamite placed down and I've taken out all but 6 of the advanced breeding pods, it's not going to really bode well for all of our population problems. By problems, I mean the future ones that will happen because I took all of these away. Well, we can see the beavers here consulting the frog. or studying it or whatever it is they do. And most of them have got my face stamped on their tails. What a dumb building the detailer is. But I love it so much. It's just completely insane. Like, why does this exist? It's super funny. How many of them... What? It's like slightly over a third of them have done it, but all I can see is my face on the tail of these beavers. Oh, no. I think we're going to have to put a couple more of these in just so we can keep up with the demand. But look, 52 well-being. Just the first day after taking the working hours down to 16. So, you know, that's pretty promising. Pretty promising. 54 now. All right. So now that most of the explosive placement has been taken care of over there. Looking okay here. Yeah, that's going to go there. I've got to detonate this one. And then I've got to detonate it again with this. And then I've got to detonate all of these with what goes underneath. And I think we're going to be fine. It's just, you know, it's like a wild goose chase, man. There's just so much going on. So much going on. Well, these ladders can go away because they can reach that from above. Which means I can put a double dynamite here. Get this thing X'd out of the way there. And I think, hopefully, we should be in a pretty good spot. We also have all of this to take care of, but I think I'm more interested in growing the food right now. Yeah, and here they come putting in all of our explosives here, so that's going to be good to get that taken care of. Before we get too crazy with it, going to go ahead, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, they can still get to everything else. I'm going to do this number right here, so they can put that in. Yeah, they're not going to get to that for a little bit. And I'm not even going to try to put the rest of this over here until we've taken care of all of this mess. Assuming that they, you know, ever bring the rest of the dynamite over here, then we'll be good to go. But now that we got the 16-hour work days, might take well into tomorrow to get that put in place. Or maybe not. Okay, well that says can't get materials, so that would explain that. That one's good to go. And this one is, I guess, en route, but the working day is done. So they're going to take their sweet time, so we're going to go and look at other stuff here. Now, over here in the smelter area, we aren't producing enough scrap metal to run all 6 of these. I don't really care to do the math. Figure out exactly how that's going to work, but, oh, never mind, it's just half of them. So, I'm going to shut 3 of these off. Not because I don't want the beavers to be working, but because I want them to avoid getting injured. Which we have 23 incapacitated beavers currently. And yes, before you ask, we do have medical beds. We have a lot of them. But if we don't need the beavers to be doing nonsense, then there's no reason to have them doing nonsense. You feel me? Alright, so they'll take care of that. But the good news is, this is ready to go, so hopefully nobody, you know, steps in it. Let's find out. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now our crazy crackpot vision can come to life. Let's put our ladders in. Here and here. Now, keep in mind, because of the way that this is set up, we will have to have additional ladders that aren't going to block the door. So that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. I really hope this works, or I'm going to look like an idiot, which I've already done this week, if you watched yesterday's episode of that series. But I don't need to do it again. Alright. 55. Very good, very good. So now, you'll see, obviously, this doesn't work. But if I put in the platform, like we said earlier, I put in this, then look what we got right there. And look what I can put on, not that one, look what I can put on top of it. Oh, I love it when I'm right. Most of the time. And guess what? That can connect with a path. And then if I'm doing this correctly, let's peel this back. Yeah, there is actually a mechanism to connect to the paths here, so we'll go ahead and drag that across. Yeah, okay. That's what I want to see. That is going to be some grade A nonsense, just the way we like it. See if I can actually see what's going on here. Make sure I put that in correctly. Yeah. The main problem we're going to start running into here is that these are probably all going to have beavers at once, which, you know, might be optimized, but not for the sake of birth and death waves. So we'll see what happens. But I've been wanting to take care of that for a while. So that's going to be a good thing for us to hopefully be able to do. Got a little bit more in the way of explosives to come in, so we'll get that triple speed back on. Set this off, and then I think we can start putting in some additional farming stuff, which is going to be very exciting. Alright, that looks like it's good. Look at us go. Look at us go. It's beautiful. There's a couple squares right here that aren't really irrigated very well, but they'll still grow crops, so no worries there. Now it's going to be time, because we don't really need to have this giant water tank here. I'm going to empty it, and we're going to start moving that elsewhere, because this really is not the spot to be putting a bunch of this stuff. But the most important thing that we can do here is grow more, I just want to call it soybean oil. What is the deal? You're witnessing the destruction of my brain in real time from making 1,000 videos on the Beaver game. Don't let it happen to you. Anyway, canola right here. Not soybean oil. The soybeans have a different purpose in this game. Canola oil. There you go. So that's going in there. I kind of want to fill this in, but, you know, we have the natural overhang, which I guess is kind of hidden at this point, but still looks pretty cool. Hopefully that's enough canola oil. I don't know. We're going to see what the capacity of those presses ends up looking like. But based on what we see over here, again, eggplant ration production probably is just what it is because we don't have the oil. I'm not necessarily willing to say that that needs improvement, but what we can do is start planting some other stuff over here. Like corn, I know for a fact we don't have enough corn. Take a look. It says 157 corn rations, but there's none here. And there's none able to be harvested. So, I guess right here, those three will be good for corn. Not planting more eggplants. We have enough. Probably for right now. Actually, you know what? Just because we have so much fun making things completely too complicated, I'm going to plant corn in alternating strips. Right, like that. And I know I said we don't need more eggplants, but let's be honest. We're going to want them. So, put those in some nice stripes there. I'm not going to do a third stripe of eggplants, but I did the 3 of the corn and the 2 of the eggplants. And then other stuff is looking pretty good. Kohlrabi's lagging behind a little bit. But I really don't want to dedicate space to growing those. We can add a little bit more. That's probably okay. I hope, among hopes, that this is enough canola to sustain everything else we got going on. But this is a good start. This farm can reach all of this, with the exception of those 2. I guess I have to have... There we go. This farm can reach all of it. We are going to put another one in. Don't worry. I just have to decide exactly where it's going to go. And I guess probably here is fine. If I'm going to keep this one path in, which I guess I probably should. Yeah, okay. We'll put it there. That'll be fine. I have plenty of beavers. I really shouldn't even be worrying about it at all. The numbers of soybeans we've got is pretty low. So, if I do another line of soybeans, another line of kohlrabi, even though I said we don't need them, probably is smart to just have it anyway. And then cassava. The very scientific process, yes, that we're doing here. But we'll just keep adding stuff as we need it. I think if we can keep the canola oil numbers up, we're probably going to be fine. It's just one of those things you got to wait and see. So I guess we're fine on the randomization of this. It's got improved enough. That's all right. So you know, part of the other problem is also I only have this tiny little storage for explosives. Oh yeah, definitely could have done something different there. But I digress. Got plenty to explode here. I don't know how much you guys love that. So again, as a reminder, we are more or less duplicating this on this side, and we have actually, once these trees get removed, we got to blast that down too. But we've gotten very, very close. We've got some space here to put land in. So that's going to be good there. Remember, we're wanting 6 wide with a little bit of a hangover on this side. These trees are 50%, 54%, 57%. You know what? I'm going to make the executive decision to just say bye-bye to these 3 trees in particular because it's not worth waiting half an episode just to fix the land. So that'll give us 6 here, 6 here with this one jog, like I said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, which means this all has to get blasted from this this block out. And we have an extra ladder here that we don't necessarily have to keep. It just depends on how we want to do this. Because remember, it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical in terms of path layout or anything, but I do like the idea of the mostly symmetrical landmass. That's very appealing to me. And we have these ladders here that we probably do need to have. But, you know what? You know what I don't remember? Can they even use this? Oh, okay, so the layer peeling tool isn't going to help me there, but I had to do it because someone would say, you didn't use layer peeling. Like, it's not going to make a difference, man. Come on. But if they're not using these ladders, then we don't need to keep them. Because the beavers will only travel a certain distance without a path connection. And this is all entirely irrigation barriers. So we probably don't need them. They were useful to put the barriers in, but now it's kind of one of those things we can't really use. So instead, I think the smart thing to do would be to try and figure out a way to get stuff connected over here, but I don't know. I don't know that it's really going to work very well unless I took this irrigation barrier out. We might just have to settle for having something come off the front of this. Or just not even worry about it at all. And have everything go up this staircase here. Because there really isn't a good, straightforward connection because of how we've built everything else. And remember that behind this, we have... Oh, can't really see much of anything, but we've got... come on, not going to let me click, are you? That's too bad. Well, there's a campfire back here. We can't really do anything, so... Unless... Ooh, you know what? You know what we have, friends? Well, we have this row house. People keep commenting, telling me to get rid of it, but I don't think I want to get rid of it. Not yet. Oh, if I can get the right angle on this. We have the ability to utilize the platforms to get across underneath here and then meet up with either that ladder or a new ladder, depending on how this is going to shake up. Look at this. Our well-being's up to 56. So that's nice progress. Construction on... The Earth Repopulator continues, 15%. Metal block situation, we're going to have to keep making more of those, but until I don't need explosives anymore, that's going to be maybe a little slower than it should be. Yeah, definitely get this taken care of here. Blast away. So on and so forth. These are ready for the terrain. And then this here is also able to be replanted. I don't think right now that's of paramount importance. Just got to figure out exactly how I'm going to be doing this, because I didn't do it on this side. But maybe I could. Maybe I could do the same thing. It's unfortunate the way that I built this ladder, and I can't really turn it any other way, because to go over the campfire, I'd have to come in here. All right, this might actually work with me peeling this back because of how stuff is set up. If I want to come over this side, I think what I'm going to have to do... Yeah, you know what? The 5x1 might work. That might work, folks. All right, let's do it. 5x1 there, 5x1 there. And then I will take this into the corner on both sides. And then... Oh, yes. Oh, yes, friends. Come on. There we go. Ladder in the corner, which will give us access into here. Probably should have this bit unplanted. And then probably should have that path connect. Oh, well, you know what that would do is that would mean I have to reorganize all my other paths here. But it would be smart for us to have access here, so I think we're going to do that. Now I just have to mirror that on the other side. Fortunately, we haven't grown any trees here yet, so that's not going to be that big of an issue. So if we did that... Ooh, oh yes. Oh yes. That would actually make sense to have this just a straight path right down the middle. I like it. So we can go ahead and get that all situated. Which, you know, maybe there's a better way to do it, but I figured we might as well make stuff look nice and symmetrical, even at the expense of my personal pride, which does seem to be taking a beating when it comes to the Beaver game this week. But overall, I think this is a good thing. We'll just get this moved in this way. This does go right past the district center for this exact spot. We can move this, you know. But the problem is we have to build the replacement before we demolish this, because this employs the builders and sets the jobs as being workable. So even if we have builders' huts, we delete the district center with no replacement. Good luck, bud. I'm pretty sure that's an easy way to soft-like your colony. If it's not, feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments. That is A-okay. But, yeah, I think we're making some good progress. Get this stuff taken care of. I'm going to set this, and this off all at the same time so we don't have any accidents. There we go. Whoa, you got rid of the... No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. You know why it's going to be okay? Because I said so, not because it's actually going to be okay. Yes, I forgot that I've got to have more connectivity somewhere else, but we'll get that taken care of. It's going to be fine. Now, I know they don't need this one, so that can go away. But all I've got to do... Wait, how does this one get connected? Nope, never mind. They can't get to it. The icon's just way up high. Alright, so... Yeah, that's got to come up. These have to get removed. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to get rid of these trees. No reason to keep this around. Those are all dead. That one can get cut, though. And it looks like it's going to. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we just have to decide where this is going to make sense. Because this is all going to go away. These have actual dirt in them, which we want to hold on to. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will actually be not in the way, but because of the way the door is placed in the way. So, away it goes. Remove the... Actually, I don't have to remove it. I can just put in a... Is that going to be a triple? Yeah, so that's going to take it down to this level. This here is connected, so I'm not going to feel bad about disconnecting this path here. Get rid of that, and then I guess I might as well go ahead and get rid of these. And then we have to raise the land to this height, and then raise this here, and that is going to be the boundary that we're working with. Bring this down 3. And then this mess has to come all the way down here. I think. I am pretty sure that's how that's going to work. This is still 1 level below this side. Well, actually, this is level with... yeah, this is level with the mangroves, which I guess is okay. But I'm not going to worry about raising it up one more. I just want this to actually be functional. And again, the reason why I did that way is because this irrigation thing is here. And this should be able to, if this is all the same level, I'll irrigate this. And the only reason they're able to put all of this explosive stuff in here is because the overhangs are in place. So, what we've got to do now is we've got to, in order to actually get the stuff down here, we've got to build back up and make it so they can get in place. But not forever. We'll just put this in so that can happen. And we'll continue working on getting this all set, ready to go. And we do still have the bad water tendrils here, so gotta figure that out. Not really sure how that's gonna be viable, because there's not really that many places I can put more of these. What do you call them? Yep, that's the scientific term. This right here. I mean, if I can put a irrigation barrier. Oh, I can. Cool. Problem solved. Somebody left a comment. I'm assuming it was about this spot right here. I was going to get to that, I don't know, 15 minutes ago when I said something about irrigation barriers. But if this solves our problem, then we are good to go. If it doesn't, then yeah, I got no idea. But we'll see what happens. They should have no problem being able to build this. It's just going to be a matter of, will it remove all of our bad water nonsense? It looks like we'll find out very, very shortly. Hey, look at it go! Look at it go! Now, if it disappears, we're in business. If it doesn't... oh, okay. So there's still a little bit, huh? It's not going away. Alright. Well... I don't know if this is contaminated enough for it to be a problem. But... what if, for the purposes of what we're looking at here, what if I turn... so that doesn't quite fit. Doesn't quite fit. What if I did that? Let's try that. And then, you know what can go here. You already know. You already know. It's all about that frog statue, friends. Put that thing right there. And because of the way that we have this situated, I mean, it's a little ugly, but it works, and it can reach everything over here. So I guess that's fine. How long do these have to go for? Okay, we're definitely not going to wait for that. Get rid of that. 18%, 48. If any of these are at like 70, then I'll keep it, but... oh, yep, okay. It is reckoning time for these poor oak trees. Well, I think it's going to be okay, because I wanted to move this for a while anyway, because, you know, well, like, why doesn't this reach all the way back? Like, you might as well just do it. Ooh, no. Hold on. I can put this in its original configuration because I don't need to plant trees in the back. That's where a path is going. Ah, yes. You know what that means? No, Bob, it does not mean that. But thanks for trying. I can remove that path and we have one more tree. Cool. I love to see it. I'll go ahead and get this out of here, though. Get that frog statue in, baby. Let's go. Because now we have symmetrical frogs of all 4 directions. This one's facing, well, I don't know what direction this actually is going to be. We'll call it northeast. This one's facing northwest. This one's facing southwest. This one's facing southeast. So, all of your, whatever the not cardinal directions, but still 4 directions are called for facing the corners, is going to work beautifully for us here. And that is... wait a second. Did I do a... no, I did not do a stupid, because this is supposed to go away. I love it when I'm right. Even though sometimes I'm very, very, very wrong. Frequently. That just makes it that much sweeter. Is that marked for cutting? It is. Good. All right. So, flip that way. Oh, yes. It's a thing of beauty, friends. Hey, that was like the first part of shaving a haircut. Nice. I incorporate that in videos unintentionally a whole lot more than I think anyone would care to understand. But now, look at us go. We've got, once this tree goes away in 4 days, 5 days, then that can go perfectly straight. And, most importantly, this one forester can reach the entirety of the growable area. Up here, at least. Get this path put in place. We'll, of course, have to put in another set of ladders once that's done. But, look at this. The world is our oyster. We're going to put in all of these oak trees. It's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in the past 5 minutes. Oh, that's going to look great. Love to see it. I'm going to wait for this mess to get unmessed. And now, terraforming over here, unless I come up with something else randomly, is pretty much done. That's going to have to be monitored. And now we can pretty safely go ahead and blast this out here. I don't have any other storage for dirt outside of here. So, man, I don't really know how to handle this is the problem. This space here I probably don't really need to mess with, but because of how it's set up, I probably do. Man, we still can't keep up with canola oil demand? I have 4 of these. Well, if I prioritize them by haulers, maybe that will help them be more efficient. Even though we only have, what, 12 canola seeds that haven't had anything done to them. We might have to plant some more of that. I was really hoping I could get away with it, but not to be, it seems. Alright, so now I've got to decide what I'm doing about exercise plazas. And we do have some options. We have some options. The exercise plazas are what, 5x5? So, oh no. Oh no. Alright, well, guess what? Guess what? I think I figured out what I'm doing with them. Alright. This is so dumb. I can't believe you guys are letting me get away with this. Alright. 6x1 overhangs. You know the drill. If it fits, it fits. What was that Postal Service thing? If it fits, it ships for 1 low flat rate. Well, I don't think they do that anymore, but that's fine because we do. Exercise plaza over the trees, blocking all the sunlight, but the trees are going to grow anyway because nature doesn't care what you think. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely incredible. And that also means that we can do the same kind of thing over here. And I'm going to have to take this pathway out. Take that out, take that out. And you know what? We have the technology. Let's go ahead and just do this mess. Actually, hold on. I can rotate these. Yes, I know while you're holding it, you can press R and it will rotate all of the blocks, but I sometimes just forget. No, 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 no. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, I almost made a mistake. Well, I've made many mistakes, but I almost made a tragic mistake. Yes. Okay. It's these 5. Come on. Click, please. Thank you. That's going to go there. That's going to go there, and that's going to go there. Look at that. Look at that. It's so dumb, but I love it to pieces. Oh, yes, friends. Oh, yes. 19%. We should see momentarily a new update to the construction of the Earth Repopulator. I am so pleased with how this is going. Oh, I know the 2 exercise plazas are not going to be enough, but hey, you know what they say. If it's stupid and it works, it's stupid, but it works. I'm sure almost nobody says that, but we say it, and that's what matters. I love it when a plan comes together. This is incredibly stupid, but I love it so much. we still have, while they're doing all that fun, we still have plenty of stuff to accomplish over here. In terms of blasting, but somebody still hasn't built another storage for the dynamite, so we're unfortunately kind of bound by that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a medium warehouse right here for right now, since that's going to be a pretty popular destination. And yeah, we're going to have to just start blasting away. Get this whole thing all set, ready to go. As a reminder, this has to match the height of this. So there's not really any good reason for me to do a double here. Yeah, you know what? No, let's not do that. That's also the wrong button, thank you. Let's just do triples. Of this entire thing. Except that, because I think we can manage to get that at a later point in time. I've just got to get this blasted down so we can continue blasting it down. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. It's just a process. Gotta trust the process. So, this is the point of the episode. As I look at OBS and it says 41 minutes on it, that we are going to time-lapse. I know, everyone's favorite thing ever. And get some more of this terraforming terrain work done and allow them the time to go ahead and try to build these exercise plazas and get a little bit more done with our Earth repopulator. So, as always, very, very much appreciate you being here. Really appreciate the great comments and ideas that you guys have been bringing forth in this series and the other ones too. So if you're feeling a little bit down from yesterday's Apocalypse Mode video, don't worry. Don't worry, we're going to restart that one. But since, you know, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, all the beavers died, we are going to start a new series. Same map, same stuff, except I'm going to get rid of the 200% hunger and thirst, because that was just absolutely game-breaking. But we are going to start a new series. It'll be Series 22. Same map, same everything, except the consumption settings, because that seems to be absolutely what broke everything. But I really appreciate you guys checking that one out. That video did really, really well. The first video of that series. So hopefully people don't get mad that we restarted, but they all died, so I lost. Second time in channel history I've ever lost in Timberborn. The first one being the very first series I posted. When I had to restart on episode 3 or 4. Well, I guess that works too, but anyway, all that to say, I really appreciate you guys being here and being a fantastic, fantastic community. Can't do it without your support, so seriously, every time you watch a video, leave a comment, share, like, subscribe, whatever it is. Or beard boosters too, you know, directly subsidizing the insanity that is this YouTube channel. Seriously, can't do it without you, so really, really appreciate your support. And of course, hopefully, we can have a whole lot more fun stuff to look forward to. I got tons of ideas. You guys have tons of ideas. I just have to be able to do them, and I have to have the time. So I'm working on that, trying to figure out ways to get into streaming regularly 3 days a week. But sometimes it just doesn't work because, you know, stuff comes up. I've got a life outside of YouTube. Even though I do spend a lot of time working on this stuff. I guess at this point now it's probably 20, 30 hours a week. But, oh yeah, there's that Cycle 52 drought ended sound in my voiceover while I'm time-lapsing here, so that's definitely not going to be in sync. But it's fine. We're doing good. We're doing good. But anyway, yapping, etc. Get that all wrapped up. You are the reason why I can do this, so thanks very much for being you and for being here. I'll catch you on the end of the time-lapse. We'll talk about what we got done, and then we'll say sayonara for today. Alright, so I'm going to have to go ahead and end the time-lapse here because we do have this bad tide coming in. And quite frankly, it's getting to be a little ridiculous sitting here watching this go for so long. But what we managed to do is we managed to get a lot of this situated to where we can go ahead and just blast pretty much the rest of this out. I don't know why. Oh, too far from builders. All right, well, that solves that problem. So that is, long as nobody's in the ladder, ready to go. And then they can just walk up and grab this. But, of course, just like the other side, we're going to put our ladder in the corner. Unless the game doesn't want me to click. And bring this path all the way forward. Take that ladder out. Get that replaced. And there you go. So we've made some really nice progress here. This, of course, is just about... Ooh, I may have made an error. That's right. This right here, this one is not, well, these two aren't supposed to be here. So that's going to end up getting blasted down at some point in the future. I guess I can go ahead and do that. Get these three ready to go. And yeah, otherwise we're looking pretty good. They can't really reach these back ones. I got those down, so I am going to go ahead and put in a lumberjack flag here. I put in these extra ones here because I figured, oh, well, I really need to get some wood. Because I know someone's going to bring it up. Yes, we had 3 stranded beavers die after being stranded in the dirt excavator when I cut off everything, and I tried at the last minute to save them, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. But, very, very productive episode. We're up to 335 beavers. And water is still holding up, but it's probably going to be time pretty soon to go ahead and expand this, situate things a little bit better, and see what we can do. But that sounds like a next episode thing to me. Food's looking pretty good. The situation with the canola oil is better. Not perfect, but better. And yes, I do see that we aren't quite keeping up with a lot of this stuff, but we are in a decent place, not a perfect place, a decent place. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in some more soybeans. Kohlrabis we really don't care about, but I'm going to plant them anyway. Cassavas, we can use some more of those. I'm going to have to relocate the district center when time comes to do that, but we're not quite there yet. Not quite. I think the most important thing for us to probably keep growing is going to be cassava, which I did have planted a little bit more here, so hopefully that works out. I guess we'll see what happens. But like I said, a lot of this is just kind of trial and error. See what works, see what doesn't work, and just move on from there. The canola itself, we probably could stand to have some more, but I don't really know what I can safely unplant is the issue here. So I guess we'll have to see what ends up happening. But that's all the time I got for this one. Remember, you are very, very valued in my eyes for being here, for being part of this. I really appreciate getting to spend this time with you. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you back in this series on Monday, and hopefully tomorrow for the restart of Apocalypse Mode. It's going to be fun. Hopefully. It's always fun. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.